I wonder, like, is there times in which the rhetoric goes too far? Are there times in which you should say, maybe I messed that one up?
Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett is running for Senate. And I thought this was quite an interesting interview that she did, because here she admits that lying is absolutely necessary and something she will continue to do when it's politically expedient.
But when I see the moment on the House where you seem to accuse Republican Lee Zeldin of taking money from Jeffrey Epstein, but it seemed like if it was not the same person, I wonder, like, is there times in which the rhetoric goes too far? Are there times in which you should say, maybe I messed that one up?
No, not in this environment. I don't. I think that, we are really in uncharted territory.
So I hear your argument that you're reflecting the urgency necessary. And so that's why it won't give an inch.
Correct.
It's interesting because that's the most perfect example of the ends justify the means, right? You will do whatever you have to do, no matter how profoundly dishonest or corrupt or evil it is, to get what you want, which really, I would say at this point, is baked into the Democrat system. Everything that the Democrats are doing, none of it has anything to do with logic or reason or truth. It has to do with attaining power. So what the guy was referencing there was, you may remember it a couple months ago when she went on at the Congress floor, and she said that Lee Zeldin took money from Jeffrey Epstein. Except it turned out it was another Jeffrey Epstein. It wasn't Jeffrey Epstein, the human trafficking, whatever the high hell that guy is, right? It was a different guy. And he just says, well, should you have done that? And she says, yes. We live in a crazy time, so yes, I can lie about who's taken money from the human trafficking pedophile. Like, what? What, lady? There's just no there. There is no bottom to this endless pit with you people. However, I don't want to be too critical of her because she is an intellectual, at least according to her.
I've always been someone who has been intellectual. I was top 10% of my class at Texas Southern my first year in law school. I was always very much kind of digging in and wanted to understand. I was always the person that would bring the receipts and wouldn't back down. So,
you were always clapping back too?
I was always, there was always a pushback. If I feel like I am right on something, I've always been very clear about.
Guys, she was in the top 10% freshman year at Texas Southern University. We did a little checking. Texas Southern University has a 96% acceptance rate. If you are breathing, they will let you in. So in her first year of a university that everyone who applies gets into, she was in the top 10% of her class. My God, open a Mensa chapter, lady. You are incredible.